midst of the battle, Onyx and that giant creature, they fucking kamikaze each other.
Nah. Onyx is going to be here for a minute, but I think I'm going to sacrifice him to something that would kill one of you, depending on which direction you decide to go. Right here. Speaking of which, as you guys enter into the castle, you see that you have several options, several rooms, several corridors.
That's cool. Oh, here we are.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I should shift. You guys. Okay. Oh. As you can see, straight forward into the room up north of you, you can see another one of those spiny creatures reclining on a throne with a crown sitting on its head. And at least two of those long sworded hand creatures standing on the other side of it, probably as guards. You hear the soft sounds of humming coming from this room over here. And you hear the soft sounds of somebody whimpering or crying softly in this room over here.
Huh.
Where would your party like to go?
Let's go to the humming. That sounds nicer.
I think the humming is probably getting involved.
I know it's probably some sort of just trick where it's gonna be like, oh no, it's actually like your death. So,
I was gonna say it's possible death versus death versus possible death.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim's here. I see Tim typing on Discord.
Tim.
You can wait for Tim.
I did this thing to get his attention, hopefully. Let's whack it off a little bit.
Dad got a cat on my arm.
Deadpool, goddammit.
I vote we go to the ominous humming.
I was thinking that too, actually.
Okay, dope.
Hold on.
Three.
Well, poor Edvard.
I want to do that. Yeah, I did. Fucking sweet.
Okay, so ominous humming. You can move your token without being noticed.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go over here on this corner and see what I see.
Alright.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the people that are not sneaking should not be following.
Ooh,
guys! Kurt is sneaking! Go back! I'm gonna let you guys go back or else you're just gonna...
I don't know who's sneaking or not. You said we could play so I was like...
No, I was sorry.
I whisper to the party, I'm like, BRB, and I disappear.
Yeah, you can't even really notice if he's kind of blended in well with the shadows.
Anyways, I'm gonna look around the corner and see what I see.
Alright. Can you see into that room?
I can see part of it. Should I just put it in front of the doorway then?
Sure, that'll be you peeking your head around.
Oh god, I think it's hideous.
And what you're actually looking at is a massive pile of shields and swords and other such weaponry on the floor, but you can see an undulating mass that seems to be attached to each of these pieces. And this is where the humming is coming from. A few
wow, that's gross.
A few eye stalks stick out of the mass, looking around.
Alright, I'm gonna head back. Actually, I'm gonna make my way over to the other door and take a look in there as well.
Alright. Stealth should continue for that.
Go over here.
As you peek inside, you see what looks like an old Minotaur woman kind of floating back and forth, clearly a ghost of some kind. She's the one that seems to be whimpering and crying softly to herself.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the group now. Inform them of what I saw. I'm like, alright guys, here's the deal. Room on the left has some gross looking blob thing with eye stalks and shields attached to it.
Ew.
Room on the left has a Minotaur lady ghost. That's crying.
And the room straight in front of you has as I said, a number of those spiny things sitting on a throne.
Yeah.
I think that our best plan of attack, I think everyone is thinking the same thing I'm thinking. But we should definitely, the safest path, go to the giant blob thing and fight it. Like that's just. I think everyone's on the same page. Am I speaking for everyone here?
And Onyx,
Yeah,
Onyx suggests killing the spiny bastard because
I'm
he
curious
keeps
as to what
going
that-
after all the spiny things.
I'm curious as to why that Minotaur lady is crying.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about that. Maybe we should go there first, and then we
I
can
mean, okay,
decide whether or not we
sure,
want to
why
fight the giant fucking monstrosity that's in the other room.
And either way, if
No ghost.
There's no ghost.
after we talk to the ghost, then we'll talk to the spiny thing on the throne.
We'll just go left from right,
Yeah.
left to right. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay. I'm gonna head to the other door now,
Agreed.
and I'm gonna stealth my way into the door, and hopefully that gets.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna.
New stealth roll.
I was gonna walk.
Oh, you want? Oh, new stealth roll. Okay.
Yep,
Let's see how I do.
you're
Oh,
fine.
not too bad. All right. I'm gonna head into the room now
The ghost is
and hide
kind
in
of
front of the desk.
the ghost is just kind of floating back and forth, not even seeming to notice you, looking very distraught.
I'm gonna look over the desk and go, "Excuse me, I'm a bit lost. Can you help me?"
The ghost stops floating and raises her head up to look at you.
Does she really need to raise her head?
Who are you?
I'm Kurt. I'm a gnome. How's it going?
Hmm. You appear to be among the living and untouched.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Ew.
You still possess your. You still possess your soul, is what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. As far as I know, anyways. There was that one time I thought I sold it for a candy bar, but that was about 60 years ago, so I might have gotten it back by now.
She gives you a weird look for that.
Anyways, if you don't mind me asking, why is it that you're crying?
So many things, so many things. She stops floating and just kind of settles into the chair that's behind the desk.
That looks like a comfy chair.
It was a long time ago. Now,
Ah,
well, in this place, it still looks the same now, doesn't it?
it would appear so.
This is a place
So-
of memory.
I see. So tell me your woes.
Well, a lot of that comes down to that I was not the best teacher that I could have been. I thought I was a good tutor. But I
I
failed.
see. I'm sorry to hear that. Who are you tutoring?
The princess, of course.
I see. What's his name, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What's the name of the princess?
Princess Megan Zaladin, of course.
I see. Princess Megan Zellin. Can you spell that, please?
Zaladin.
And where is this princess at now?
She died a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is her spirit restless as well? Like yours?
That is debatable.
I see. So, because you feel like you failed the princess, is that what you're saying?
But of course I did. I did not
How'd
teach her
you-
properly.
What didn't you teach her?
I thought I instructed her well on the laws of the land, but she broke them anyway. She did so for reasons of conscience, but it was still against the law. And in
What
here,
did she do exactly?
she broke the law of necromancy.
I see.
Necromancy was a
So-
capital crime in Zaladin.
I can understand why.
Even-
I mean,
Even royals are not immune to, not above the law here. It says she was just like any other firstborns. She was compelled to be part of the army, to do her service.
while her intentions were honorable, she still broke the law. It is such a shame. Would that be her father that sits on the throne then?
Yes.
I see. Is he a kind ruler, or can you
We
tell
all
me a little bit
thought-
about him?
We all thought he was, and of course, back when he had a soul, he was a decent sort. But it all started falling apart for him when he decided to punish his daughter, his only heir, for the crime of the capital crime of the realm.
It must have been hard for him.
Yes. Harder
I
still
don't
is
see
that the people would have accepted her to have been exiled rather than executed.
I see. To sentence your own child to death, that must have been difficult on him.
Yes.
But like
Perhaps
you
it
said, no one
was.
is immune from the laws, including royalty.
She nods. I wish I could have explained this to her better.
I mean, no insult to you, but unfortunately, hindsight is 20/20. Is there
Yes.
anything I can do to assist you, and maybe I don't know anything that you might need help with?
She starts pondering this, her eyes flashing a bit. I do not know what you can help me with.
Try me.
Hmm.
I've been known to get some things done.
She laughs. I wish that the princess could have gone to her rest then. But unfortunately, she was as distraught as everyone else about the whole situation and could not let it go. And
I
there's
totally
more.
understand.
So much more.
Okay.
No offense, but it's is anyone else going to come in and join on the conversation?
No, I'm pretty good right here.
As far as I know, it's just him conversing. I don't want to intrude, especially in case my light is gonna cause a problem or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and like pull my thumbs for a little bit.
I was gonna say everyone's having a smoke break, even
Yeah.
the kid.
Yeah.
Kid,
Nah,
they're like,
it's
hey,
just I can't have
let's go.
I can't interact as the kid and with the Minotaur. It's just isn't very easily done.
I'm gonna ask her like, can you tell me what the princess looks like?
What do you mean?
Like her physical features, in case I come across any memorabilia that might have her image on it, so I know what she looks like.
Well, a beautified version of her, one that would have never seen the ravages of war, was placed in the temple a while ago. Well, long
Uh-huh.
time ago now. She corrects. With much longer hair, of course. Megan never wore her hair like that. But she might have had she not been forced to shoulder the responsibility of a soldier at a young age. She speaks of the that statue of the kneeling girl in the temple,
Yeah.
the one that's in front of the altar with the goddess behind the altar.
Okay. I'll ask the Minotaur. Do you know what color her hair is?
It's
I know
depends
it's a
on
strange question.
it depends on the light. It can be black or dark brown depending. My
Do you
father
know
used to
anything
be
about
much the same way.
the room on the other side of the throne room?
Oh, that is just a storage room.
Okay.
Guardsmen leave there supplies there. And sometimes the knights of the realm. Shields, swords, pikes. Why? Do you need a weapon?
Just curious, actually. I was looking in there earlier and I saw something strange, so I figured I'd ask.
No, there's lots of strange, soulless creatures here now.
Yeah, that's probably what I saw. It was a blob with eye stalks.
Oh. Oh, yes, of course.
Huh.
The
Can you
covetous
tell me what
one.
it is?
He wants and desires everything in that room. He gathers it up.
I see. Well, thank you for your information. If there's anything you need, you can ask me. Other than that, then I guess I'll take my leave.
Do you wish to save her? To save yourself?
I'm just here to make sure. I'm here to protect the town that I'm helping out. Whether or not I live, whether or not I survive is up to chance, really. Either way, I've lived a pretty long life, so
Mm, but
I
there are
can't say
much
I have
worse
any
things
regrets.
than death here. You could lose your soul.
I'll get a rental.
It doesn't work like that, she says.
I know. I was joking.
Do you really wish
It
to
wasn't
end
funny. I
up
know.
like the ones next door? The king
No,
and his
not really.
guards?
What would you recommend then?
Find a way to return her soul.
Alrighty. Do you know where her soul might be?
I already told you. The temple. But
Gotcha.
it cannot be awoken easily. You will need to find the celestial bonds.
Alright, where were you thinking I'd find that?
And hold on, I'm checking your inventories right now because one of you picked one of them up, and I can't remember which one of you has it because it's listed only in the group pickups. I'm trying to figure out if Kurt had it in his inventory or if it's in one of the other inventories and it's just listed under group pickups. Because who's carrying around the group pickups?
I shouldn't have any of the group pickups as far as I'm aware.
I wasn't. It might have been. It could have been Onyx or it could have been the Minotaur. In the group.
That's true. It could have been lost on him.
Because I don't remember. I remember picking up the 2 tablets, but I don't think I picked up anything else. Well, besides a bunch of notes.
I'm just checking something.
Alrighty.
Alright. Since I can't see it on any of the inventories of the current cast members, I'm going to say that it somehow found its way into your pocket, and she's now pointing at you. And you feel something in your pocket that you don't remember when it got in there.
I pull it out and like, huh.
You're holding an old bracelet with weird
That's what
writing
happens when I don't
on
check my
it.
laundry.
Currently, it's listed on under the group pickups
Alright, hang on a second.
as bracelet that otherwise does not seem magical. From the corpse that never checked out.
Old bracelet. Okay. You said it had writing on it?
Yeah, it has writing in weird characters on it.
Alright, at this point, it's been a while, so I'm actually gonna stealth my way over there.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like Draconic or Gnomish or Common?
Knowledge Arcana.
Already.
That's disadvantage as well. With no additives. Awesome.
Arcana. Oh,
You recognize,
wow.
even though you don't
Sweet.
read the language, you recognize that the letters that's showing up are definitely celestial.
I'm gonna hold up at the
Celestial.
door and just kind of peek over.
You can see an old Minotaur woman ghost sitting in a chair talking to Kurt, and Kurt holding some weird spangly bracelet in his hand.
Huh.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone in my group knows Celestial. Do you know Celestial, ma'am?
I'm gonna walk in. Do I hear that at that point?
The Minotaur shakes her head.
You were asking if anybody speaks Celestial?
Yeah. Are you asking me this or are you asking Kurt this?
I'm asking Kurt this.
Oh, okay. I look back and go, oh, yeah. You speak Celestial?
Yes, actually I do.
Well, I can read this for me?
Alright, I'm gonna take a look at it. What does it say?
Hand on the bracelet.
Okay, let's see. What was the actual inscription on this one say? Awaken the sleeper.
It says "Awaken the Sleeper" on it. I'm not sure if that's some riddle, perhaps. It seems like it, but maybe it's a more literal sense.
Well, from what this this nice lady was telling me is we have to awaken the soul of the princess here, and her soul is currently at the temple. I believe it's the temple where the old Minotaur priestess was that we met up, the one that was being protected by the brass dragon.
Generally, souls are left here in case they're trapped or in case they still need something they need to accomplish. Is there anything you'd like to tell us to help us with that, perhaps?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I said, generally, souls are here because they're either trapped or because they still have something they feel.
We are trapped, the ghost says. Saying, Claire cannot hear us here.
The princess was executed by her father, the king, because she used necromancy. So because of that, he had to sentence her to execution. So that could be why she's been restless. Which means that we'd have to head back to the temple and see if we can find her lost soul. I have a theory, but
not lost. The Minotaur corrects. The demons stored it there.
I see.
Right.
Okay. Is there any other information you think might be useful to us for our quest?
I'm not sure. Why don't you ask me some more? Perhaps I'll be able to think of something I can tell you. She looks over at Guile now.
So you're saying that there's a bunch of souls here that are trapped, including yours and the princess's soul, and we're made to free her.
The ghost interrupts this. That is not what I meant. The princess's soul is not trapped. It has been sealed by the demons.
I see. And you said this is at the temple, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And it will require celestial bonds in order to release her from this.
Do you know where her soul might be trapped at in the temple?
It is in the statue.
In the statue? That's what I thought. Cool. Well, for us to go break the statue.
Wait a second.
You cannot break the statue, the ghost says. You can only awaken the sleeper.
Do you know how we'd go about doing that?
Find the rest of the celestial bonds.
Is this the same temple that she's referring to that we all met at?
Yeah, I believe so.
When we were there, wasn't that basically death in and of itself? How are we going to get there again exactly?
I'm gonna assume we just walk back and hopefully we don't get attacked by a horde of undead.
Oh, there's an actual.
That explains where
location.
we were heading to the temple that we were at where we met.
Oh, I didn't actually realize that was in a location
in
the city.
I would assume that we're in the same city.
Yeah, because when you pop in here, the army, instead of being at the temple, in front of the other side of the army, you're on the other side of the army now, and you can still see the temple in the distance with the dragon, on the roof.
Okay.
Looked like the actions were being repeated as the same actions when you first originally got here.
Right.
Kind of trapped in a loop of time, but because it's the ghost, that's kind of to be expected.
Right. Okay.
We have to find more of these bracelets too. Do you know where the other bracelets might be?
They're not all bracelets. There should be several of them. She thinks for a moment. 2 bracelets, 2 rings, a necklace.
Bracelets, 2 rings, and a necklace.
The necklace would be the
Okay.
only one that does not look quite like the others. It is likely the seal of Zaladin.
Seal of Zeldin.
Zeladin. Do I recognize that name at all?
No, because it's not. It's an old country that's unique to this world and not found whatever part of the multiverse you're from.
Okay.
And it's a country that's been gone for about almost 1,000 years. So
Can I do a history check to see if I know anything?
yes,
Cool, let's do that.
because you're from Imlarin, which partly is built over the ruins of Zaladin. So they teach some history about
I don't know
Zaladin.
shit. I don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't remember. You don't remember the boring history lectures right now because you kind of.
If I recall, I fell asleep.
Yeah,
during
you
that.
probably heard like okay, the gist of it. You remember only that they rode on dragons, and that the rest of it you kind of tuned out because it was too boring for you.
Yeah, I fell asleep. This lecture was, let me think, about 150 years ago, so... Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember shit. Oh well. Whatever. So 2 rings, 2 bracelets, and a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So... Will this bracelet lead us to the other pieces that we need?
Perhaps, if you have the magic to attune it.
Do I have to...
Do have one magical guy, and you have a cleric as well.
That's true. Alright, I handed to... Alright.
Hi.
So, alright, I appreciate the information. I'm gonna go, speak with my group, and we're gonna see what we can do from here. And we will do our damnedest to make sure that you can rest in peace. Because
Thank you.
you look like you can rest.
It would be nice to see Quer.
Alright, and I bow to the Minotaur lady, and I go, thank you again. And I leave.
I'm gonna follow Kurt out.
I'm like, sup, guys? I'm gonna tell them everything that I've just learned.
Yeah, how was the ghost lady?
Oh, she was really nice. A lot nicer than that fucking blob that's over there with all the shields.
Again, I wanna take a crack at talking to the blob. I think that'd be fun. Maybe he knows something.
Maybe. We probably could. But for now, what I think we should do is I think we should head back to that temple where we met up at. But first,
All right.
I had him the bracelet. I want you to attune to this.
Attune to it.
Yep.
All right.
Assuming that I just told you everything that I just learned. And I told you. I'm thinking this might help us lead. I think this might help lead to the other pieces that we need.
Okay. I'm guessing this is gonna be like at the tune to this with a long rest. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely be a long rest.
So I'm gonna hold on.
Hold on to it. So hold on to it for now, and I'm thinking we should probably head to the temple now. I mean, we could stay and talk to the king, but I don't think that would. I mean, it might turn out good, like it usually does when I try talking to these things, but I think we should.
The Spinies are at least capable of conversation. You have discovered that fact so far. The Spinies you can at least converse with.
Yeah, I've held many a conversation with these things.
Right. So going to the Spiny.
If you want, I was
Yeah,
thinking we
okay,
just
there.
head back to the. I was thinking we just head to the temple and look for these other pieces. I don't know what I don't know what we'd ask the king anyways, or even if we'd get out of this alive. And I don't. I mean, I haven't used any of my key, but I don't think. I think you guys might use a couple of your spell slots.
Yeah, I only have like 5 spell slots left, so I could
I've
rest.
got quite a few in case we need to. Luckily, I didn't use that many spells. I still used a decent amount though.
I have like half a tank left.
Yeah, actually about the same for me.
I mean, if you want to talk to the king, we can. But I don't know what to ask him that I haven't already gotten from the Minotaur lady.
Does
I would
he
imagine-
know the Muffin Man?
Who lives in Drury Lane?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with leaving. We can go to the temple.
Yeah, I would imagine
Yeah.
the king is going to be hostile anyways, and I don't think that there's
Don't get me wrong. I want to kick the king's ass at some point, but just not now.
I think our priority should definitely be, currently rescuing the soul of this princess, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well.
potentially figuring out whatever might be affecting or afflicting Akai, and seeing how these two are going to relate to each other. 'Cause there's
Yeah, that's
too
what I was
many
thinking
weird
too.
things
I think
happening at once.
this princess is one of his ancestors.
All right, let's book it then.
All right.
And I'm gonna kind of push Onyx to the front of the group as we're doing this, just to have him lead the charge.
Rah!
Falls down.
He's a little upset that we have to leave without fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are back on the temple grounds. It's not temple grounds, sorry, the castle grounds. You look around. You start heading out towards the various skeleton army, but as soon as you get past the dragon totem in front of the castle gates, everything wavers around you. You suddenly find yourself on a street again, with trees
God
around
damn
you.
it.
And the sign for the museum behind you,
God damn it.
along with various construction bits of ruins, along with one of the same little dragon statues, mostly crushed, but still recognizable.
So we're back in this area again.
So clearly, you're moving between planes, but are keeping in the same spot.
Hmm.
Hey, this is where me and Gal showed up.
Now this is just a random map.
Never mind then.
All right.
How dare you try to
Where
add
were we when
backstory?
we? Where were we when we entered the this plane first?
You just entered onto the museum ruins part, just east
I
of
mean
the
Oh
apartments.
no, we were killed.
Oh no!
we
When
were
you
supposed
originally
to
when you originally did, it was over here at the safety and security office, and then when you
Yeah.
came back when you were in the temple and just leaving the temple, you showed up in the mall, and then eventually you wandered down towards the museum and ended up at the castle. And now you're back at the museum ruins.
So we should definitely, I feel, head towards the area where we returned. Because my character doesn't know what the fuck a mall is.
Yeah,
We should definitely go to that place where we appeared after we teleported from the temple.
Yeah, we'll have to head back to the security office because that's where we were when before we teleported to that realm.
Okay. Before we do that, should we take a rest perhaps so I can attune to this bracelet?
Yeah.
Where do you wish to rest?
What's near us? Is there anything like a building?
So let's-
perhaps?
the
Let's
ruins
check
itself.
out these apartments.
There's also the apartment building, which doesn't currently have an active map for you, but I have the map written down. There's, of course, if you go a little bit further, you get back to the tavern, which has plenty of bed space. Down south, there's also an office building, and to the north is the school.
Let's go check out that apartment real quick. This is the closest.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright.
Apartment.
Apartments is a building of living spaces for people
Oh,
who can't
so
afford
like
to
an inn.
purchase their own homes.
Let me pull up my
Yeah.
guide for
Okay.
for the apartment building.
Except it's extended. Except it's extended living arrangements. So people usually stay there for about a year or 2 years at a time.
I
Sometimes
see.
longer.
So
So go ahead.
there's plenty of houses around, by the way, you can break into and try to sleep for the night. But
I mean, I'm down to do that.
I mean,
as well.
yeah, I mean, if there's a house nearby, it's just
oh yeah, yeah. If all you want is a place to sleep and don't want to explore, there are houses around that you can just break into. Let's say you broke
Alright,
into
let's go to
into
the
an
nearest
empty house, nothing going on
I'll
inside.
Pick the lock, you know. Like, oh, door's open. Oops.
Rotting
Someone should
food.
leave their door unlocked.
How dare they?
So nothing really to eat, but there, you find beds. A double bed for parents, a couple of smaller beds for children, but they could also fit a gnome, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll rest.
Kurt's gonna lay on the
after this.
couch.
Onyx says
That's good
something
laugh.
about going out trying to make it back to the tavern to get you guys food.
Peace out, dog.
Oh. Okay.
And he was never seen again.
I was gonna say, we never saw him again.
Just like the Minotaur. And just like
Yeah.
Felsing, who you left behind at the police station, or those other people you left behind at the police station.
I thought it was the motel that we left him at.
No, the one guy you left behind at the motel, three others you left behind at the police station. You left behind those two people you met at the police station along with Felsing.
Oh, excuse me.
It's cool.
Hey, why fart and waste it when you can burp and taste it? Am I right?
Right?
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Especially if you eat
that.
bacon bits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of the odd things that your characters might find in a house that you might not have noticed so much in the other places was things like
That was cocaine.
televisions, computers, stuff like that, which basically look like weird boxes.
I dick around with the television for a little bit.
Don't touch that.
So of course there's no electricity coming in here, but
It's a box that shows pictures on it.
I'm just like looking at the wires that are coming off the back.
Don't touch it, because when we fix all this, people go back to normal. You might not want to come home to all their shit broken.
the kid kind of looks around and frowns.
What,
You think that any of these people are still alive?
There's always room for hope there, kid. Just like you're
it's-
hoping that we fix this mess for you, right?
He kind of shrugs at that one. It's kind of like, praying for my father to be okay, but he kind of sighs.
I pat him on the back. Hey, you know what? Your father's fine. He's probably just trapped in some interdimensional prison, waiting for us to rescue him.
No, he's been sick.
He is this-
All I know, for as long as I remember.
well,
Maybe
Maybe
the
we'll
same
find something to
thing
help
that's
him.
afflicting you is afflicting your father, and we can find if we find.
He's been sick since
you.
before I was born, she says. But there's nothing afflicting me. Then he looks at the wound, and that was her doing.
I mean, it's
well,
still.
we'll figure something out. We'll help you out. I mean, you're being a brave kid, It would be remiss of us not to help you out some more.
He says,
Keep your chin up, kid. No worries.
he kind of nods at
I've
the
been
gnome.
around a long time. And I've seen some shit.
You're
So
wise.
trust me when I say there's always room for hope.
But then he looks over towards the two who are not native to this world.
They're both messing with the fucking TV after I told them not to.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
I pull
knock
off one of
shit
the
off.
knobs. I
I'm
pull
like
off
thinking-
Knobs? No. This is not one of those old style TVs.
It's not? Okay, well then I'm just like poking buttons.
It's a flat screen.
I see the plugs in the back, and I'm just like pressing them together. Just like, how does How does this thing work?
Hey, you're not gonna know how it works because there's no fucking electricity.
I pull out the
Like
remote and I
lightning?
think it's a wand.
You're not far off.
You guys are strange, the kid says.
Well, these guys are from, that place we were just at. Or something similar to that. They're not from around here.
Oh. Are you from the past? He asks.
A lot of this stuff is new to us, I would imagine, yes.
Yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess. If
Hmm.
anything, you're from the future, which is the same thing.
He kind of
They're
like
not used to
studies
this
you guys.
technology.
I'm done touching the words together. I'm just
It's
gonna.
like, I whispered to the kids, like, watching a bunch of cavemen.
I'm
What
kind
are
of getting irritated.
cavemen,
The
he
kid keeps
asks.
eyeballing me.
The kid apparently is unfamiliar with the term caveman.
Cavemen are just Neanderthals. People who live in caves that have
You
lesser
mean like
intelligence.
trucks? Troglodytes?
Yes.
Those weird lizard men? That
Yes.
aren't exactly lizard? I mean, the lizard men are not troglodytes. He starts...
Are they still whispering? Did I just hear them call me a troglodyte?
I whisper to you. I'm like, hey, buddy, I think we're talking about you.
Fucking future folk and their fucking fancy technology and their fucking
look at me.
miniature staffs.
and
I
shit,
point
and I
the
drive
constantly
cars.
towards them.
Anyways, I ask him, I'm like, hey, how's it going over there with the attunement?
We still have the rest, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna set up a spot to lie down, and I'm just gonna lean on my shield a bit towards the wall, preferably.
Is there a recliner in this?
Yes.
In this room? Awesome.
There's, if you guys are all piling around the living room, there's like, a recliner, a couch. There's like 2 recliners, actually. A couch, a small hassock, that sort of stuff.
I do
Ha-
the stereotypical thing where I don't know what a recliner is, so I just sit in it thinking it's a normal chair, and then it just like unfolds really fast and startles me.
The kid actually laughs at that one. He thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
And
Kurt's rolling on the ground, too. He thinks this is funny as fuck.
I hop out of the chair freaking out, like trying to figure out what just happened. I think I broke it.
It's fine, the kid says.
You haven't broken it yet.
Alright, well, I sleep on the recliner.
I'll take the other recliner. Which is the perfect size for me. Because, I'm a gnome.
The kid sits on the couch swinging his legs.
Get some rest, kid. We've still got a long day.
It's a bit introspective.
I'm kind of getting, like half sleeping, half awake, kind of just trying to keep an eye on things. Make sure nothing stupid happens.
You see, you observe the kid pretty much looking at his hands and watching sparks go between them.
Make sure you don't set this house on fire.
I
Yeah,
won't.
Are the
That's
sparks
good.
making any noise?
No.
Alrighty, well, I don't think I need anything else to do, so I'll just kind of hang out and keep an eye on things.
There's nothing to indicate time is passing, except that eventually your bodies just alert you to the fact that you no longer want to sleep, that you're fully awake, and that you're a bit hungry.
Hopefully Onyx comes back with some food.
The kid
Hopefully.
frowns.
I'm not holding my breath.
You might have been
He
sucked
probably
into a
saw a
time
squirrel.
change.
He
Yeah, we had
probably
it.
saw a fucking squirrel.
Maybe a monster ate him.
He probably saw a squirrel, thought it was a monster, and chased after it.
No, I haven't seen any squirrels lately.
Anywho.
Looks
How's
like
your
even
team
the
going?
animals have been affected. I mean, you saw those dog things and those rat things, right?
Yep. I had to kill a couple of them. Punched it with my fist.
And the
It
birds.
felt
He
weird.
remembers. Don't forget about the birds.
I punched those birds too. Felt weird. There isn't many things that I haven't punched.
It's really sad. He continues. Or the other kids.
I'm sure everything will go back to normal once we fix this.
He shakes his head slowly. I don't think so. I don't think it works like that.
Magic works in weird ways. You're a magic user, you should know.
But it's not quite magic. It's more of he tries to put it into words. Kind of something to do with the abyss, I think somebody said, or chaos.
I see. Chaos is definitely unpredictable. But who knows? Maybe we'll be just as unpredictable.
Kind of scratches his ear.
Alright, so we're all rested and stuff. Do I know exactly what this this bracelet does? Or what
It's not magical per se, but you can kind of get this sense of other connected objects to it.
So
The,
kind of like it's connected to different objects in a way.
Yeah. And you can sense them in various directions, but since the only other place you've been in this area is the mall, you don't in the tavern. You don't really know where these different connections are leading you.
Okay, so I just know the general direction where they're going.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand up, and is everybody's awake, right?
I guess I am now.
Okay, and I'm just gonna look towards Kurt and Torin. I'm just gonna getting a bit of a connection with these things. I don't know where this thing is leading me, but I know it's leading me in certain directions, and I'm gonna point to where it's leading me.
Wow,
Excellent.
like a dog.
Do I know exactly how many connections there are to it?
Let's see.
There should be 3.
There should be
2
4.
bracelets, 2 rings. Yeah,
And
sorry.
And a
2
necklace.
bracelets, 2 rings, and a necklace. We have a bracelet. We need 1 bracelet, 2 rings, and the necklace. So, all right. Well then, my good sir, lead the way, and I'll guide us.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go. I have no general direction in which these things are pointing.
Mostly to the west of where you are
Beep,
now.
beep, beep, beep.
Mostly west. Okay, let's
Yes.
go to the one that's pointing to the. Just gonna pick a straw high here. Northwest, whichever
To
is
the
the
west.
most to that direction.
Let's see from where you are now.
Let me bring up the map.
Yeah.
She
In
said
fact,
to the
you can sense
west.
there's at least 2 in the northwest of where you are now. You're close to where the police and fire. Sorry, you're close into where the museum is, right near where the apartments are.
Oh, that's
You know what,
right.
I'm gonna pull- Kurt's gonna pull out his map. All right, let's see what we got here. It looks like the 2 places that are northwest of us is the mall and City Hall.
Police and fire and the hospital are also northwest.
How about to the north?
To the north would be the school.
No, I was asking. Yeah, I was asking him if he feels anything to the north.
The answer
It's
would be
mostly
the answer
to the
would be
west.
yes. He feels one thing to the north, at least 2 things towards the western area, and 1 bit to the in fact 3 to the west, 1 to the direct north.
Alright, if there's one to the direct north, that means there's something at the school. So our first stop should be the school, since it's the closest.
Well, they want to need to put a map down on Roll24. Yeah, basically 3 of the area, all 3 of the western areas have maps. And the one that
I'm getting
doesn't
this
is the
feeling we should head towards the west, Kurt.
No,
I
it's
think
just
it's just
it,
frightening me.
no, it's just that by next session I can have the nice map of the school up and ready to go.
Never mind, Kurt. I think the north is perfectly fine.
Yeah,
that
let's head to
feeling
the
just
school.
kinda died down. So yeah, I'm just gonna open up the door, assuming that it's still unlocked, and just start heading north and just follow the connection that I feel.
So onwards to the school. Let's get some book learning done.
As we travel, I would like to imagine that the song "On the Road Again" is playing.
Yeah, I've heard that song playing in my head
A
too.
really cheesy Brother Bear montage.
That movie that's such a great movie.
Bare necessities.
That's the
That
Jungle
one's
Book.
Jungle Book.
Well, I mean,
I like Jungle Book
the
better.
Jungle Book.
Well, I like the more recent one, Jungle Book, better.
I haven't seen that one.
You know,
That's a great
You know
live
the-
action.
oh, that one. The one with Bill Murray and Christopher
The-
Walken.
Yeah, Bill Murray, Christopher Walken, Scarlett Johansson, Idris Elba.
She played
couple
Ka,
of-
which is weird. I don't know why
Yes,
they
but
did
she played it-
Johansson.
Yeah, the thing is, she played an excellent. I really liked her performance as the Snake, but made it so
Yeah,
much
but there was
so much
no-
scarier than any of the previous the versions of the Snake I'd ever heard before.
There was no song.
Maybe no song, but she still had a mellow way of talking to the kid.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, and I'm not. I know they're doing a live action version of The Lion King, and I'm not sure I want to see that.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's gonna be good though, because it has Donald Glover as Simba.
Cool.
Yeah, but
It has
I
a
kind of
really
like
good
Matthew
lineup.
Broderick as I kind of like Matthew Broderick as Simba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
was back
but
in the
it's-
day.
I don't know. It has a really good lineup. I'm excited to see what it's like.
And the guy who played I figured out one of the reasons why they don't have the original guy play Rafiki,
Why?
because he's fucking dead.
I was about to say he's
Yeah.
probably been dead for a while.
Actually, he passed away just recently.
Who's
Oh,
playing Rafiki in this? I can't remember.
wait, was
What?
it that one guy who's from? So I might have looked.
Some. Yeah,
We're still recording, by the way, guys.
I'm sure whoever's watching's fine.
It's an educational stream now.
It's YouTube,
Exactly.
but well, it will be YouTube once I post it there. Okay, so the school is definitely where you guys want to go.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. We are.
locking
I'm
in our.
assuming
final-
we're gonna try and knock this out north to south style.
Excellent. Then I'll definitely have the school up and ready to go next time we meet, which will be in 2 weeks.
I imagine that whenever Kurt fights, it's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Please.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a monk, he doesn't usually wear a shirt when he fights, so he's just fucking all like, "Urgh."
Is there anything you guys want to add to the session?
Let me look
No.
real quick. So I have.
Because I think Kurt
One-
was talking about how he thought he'd figured something out, but he had mentioned. Sorry, what were you saying?
I have
Uh.
one spell that I learned in my rest today, or that I prepared. It's called Sending. Basically, I'm allowed to send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature of which I'm familiar. And the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes it as the sender. If it knows me, respond in the manner immediately, as long as it has intelligence of 1.
Excellent.
If it's across a different plane, there's a 5% chance of it failing, and the range is unlimited. And I'm going to do Sending on Onyx, and I'm going to ask him is there any time frame? Or sorry, I'm gonna say we're gonna be heading to the school. So if by any chance you get this and you are still grabbing the food, we're heading out to go to the school. So when you're ready, meet us there.
Tell him I'm gluten free as well. If you still have enough characters for that.
And we also have a party member who's gluten free, so don't forget that.
Somebody in a non-technological society has a concept of gluten free. This is odd.
I was gonna
I don't
say,
know.
I'm just repeating what he's saying.
Some divine being has given me the idea that I'm gluten free.
I think what he saw was when he was raiding the house, he saw shit that said gluten free. He's like, huh, I'm gluten free.
I know. I snacked on it. I snacked on the food there, which is weird because Onyx.
There's no. I posted that there was no food. It would all gone rotten and spoiled.
I see like a wrapper in the trash that just has like little like crumblets in it, and I just kind of. Oh, gluten free. That shit's good. All right. Guess I'm
Yeah,
good.
it's gluten free.
Said no one ever.
It's like a
Yeah,
food.
exactly.
Give me 3 pounds of gluten.
If you're not allergic to glutens, don't worry about glutens. If you are allergic to glutens, then you have to find some way of dealing with it. But
No,
so I've got friends and relatives who are enforced gluten free. So
oh yeah. I was gonna say though that I had a dream where I was apparently like told that I was gluten free. I was just kind of like I was learning a little bit about the new world, and it's just like, yeah, gluten's a thing. It's not good for your body though. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
it's
Hey, I'm
fine
gluten-free
for
now.
it's fine for normal people who don't have celiac or other allergies. That's the problem. People should not go gluten free if they're not allergic to gluten.
It's a genetic trait that Genasi's are
The more you
known
know.
to have celiac.
Now that's a cool trait to add. We can brainstorm that some other time.
Allergic to gluten.
Yeah,
Constitution saving throw.
Actually, the allergy is different for the people who just can't who have celiac. Because celiac means they can't process gluten, and as a result, it can end up blocking you or causing damage. But it's a lack of being able to process it versus allergy, which is your body's going haywire because it's picking up on something that it thinks is an invader, and instead it's hurting itself.
The next boss we fight just throws like wheat at me, and I just start to like run.
Like I said, if you have celiac, then being touched by wheat isn't going to bother you. If you're actually allergic to wheat, then that is a problem.
Please give him celiac. Please, this has to be canon.
I believe that I believe that that's canon now. Is that I am gluten free.
He stops eating bread and drinking beer, and finally finds himself feeling so much better than he ever did before.
Oh yeah.
And he uses the toilet and is wondering why we have such. He's wondering where all his shit is going.
Oh yeah. No, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now. Then we can just chat.